Okay, good morning everyone. So here comes my um, first requirements on the subject cultural anthropology, a global perspective. Okay, approaches to culture. How would you describe the culture where you live? Would you talk about the way we dressed, the food we originated here, the language, wherein we can be defined as a culture or approaches to culture as the language, norm, value, belief, and more than that, together form a people way of life. It is a combination of elements, aspects that how people think, how they act, and how they own. Okay, so first, material culture includes all the physical things that people create and attach meaning to it. It is a physical object, resources, and spaces that people use to define their culture. Okay, example. So, the example of material culture clothing, food, tools, architecture are example of material culture. While when we say natural culture, it's also the part of cultural called material culture. So our dirt, rock, trees, and water includes home, neighbor, cities, school, churches, temple, mosque, offices or factories, plants, and other tools means the production of a good. Okay, so next is if there is a material culture, there will be a non-material culture set. Okay, it refers to the non-physical idea that people have about their culture, including belief, values, rules, norms, moral, language, organization, and institutions. Okay, for instance, the non-material culture concept, a religion, consists of set of idea and beliefs about God's worship, moral, and ethics. These beliefs will determine how the culture responds to its religious topics, issues, and events. Of, it's also used to steps it measured through the feelings and behavior. Okay, so we have the example all of the people are crucial guides as for members of culture to use to know and how to behave to their society and interpret the world. Okay, so we already know the material, right? So when we say the material, let's back to the topic. So there are the what's that we called physical things people create and attach meaning on it. Okay, so otherwise, if you have to give the meaning, you can be called the non-material. Okay, when we say non-materials, kasi all people are crucial guide for those member culture used to know and how to behave their society or how they act to their society. They praise God, okay? Through what? Through prayer. Okay? So they go to church, temple to praise God. Or whether maybe they can destroy the temple. So that's the non-material culture. That's the example of non-material culture. How they act, they behave in their society. Um, okay, let's first we think again it's about the gap between the values and the people profess to have it and the behavior that conducted to it. This gap exists of biggest level between the ideal culture and real culture. So let's study the two. What is ideal culture and real culture? So when we say ideal culture, includes value and norms that a culture claims to have. It involves an idealistic, uncompromising value system that dictate perfect behavior. using ideal culture as the standard of either be doing right or wrong. So let's see, there is I will just give an example. So ideal culture. So you're doing the right or the wrong. You want to steal. Maybe you don't have food. For example, this crisis, pandemic crisis, right? So that is a wrong way to steal, to be, what do you call this? Na mapagmataas ka pa sa yung kapwa. Kasi nga, gusto mo, ikaw lang may makain, yung kapitbahay mo wala. So, that is wrong. Don't do it that way. So, if you know that, medyo may kaya ako, medyo mayroon akong ibibigay sa ibang tao, so why don't I give right or give food for them na alam kong medyo nahihirapan sa panahon ngayon, di ba? Na because of this crisis, okay? So, that's the example of ideal culture. Next is the real. On the other hand, includes the value norms that actually followed by the culture. It involves an adaptable value system that is used most set guidelines for prepared behavior. Okay, so pag real culture, let's say, what do you call that? Real culture. So other hand includes, I will look from my handouts, sir. So because some of my PowerPoint here in my handwritten, okay, written works. So here are the examples of, what do you call this? The ideal and the real. Okay, when we say ideal, on the other hand, value that actually followed by the culture. So you're involved to adapt value system. Okay, so the real. So for example, you're just doing that way. So that's a real culture. This vacation time, most of the teacher is going to school for masteral, diba? Kasi nga, their real culture is no class. So walang pasok. Dahil walang pag-aabalahan, walang gaanong paperworks. So most of the teachers are studying, going to the other university to study for more knowledge. So that's the real culture. But for the other naman na go to the family, makipag-join sa family muna. Okay, so that will be their real culture. Okay, next, let's go to the difference between ethnocentrism and xenocentrism. Okay. When we say ethnocentrism, according to the sociologist William Graham Sumner, 1906, described the term everyone belief or culture that one's own culture and a better than all other. Okay, so mas mas mabuti ang kanilang culture than other culture. Okay, parang they believe their own. Okay, they don't believe to the other. Because sabi nga nila, di ba, we have the different culture since we are living to the different country. Almost everyone is a little bit ethnocentric, or it's evaluating and judge other culture based on how we compare to one's own cultural behavior. Okay, what we have believe, you have their cultural behavior. Okay, so xenocentrism naman, it's the opposite of ethnocentrism. It refers to the belief that other culture is superior to one own. When we say xeno, pronounced xeno means stranger or foreign guest. Example, I have an example. Xenocentrism is exchange students who go home after the semester abroad, or a sociologist who return from the field may find it difficult to associate with the value of their own culture after having experienced what they dream a more upright or nobler way of living. Okay, so I just compared the two sa xenocentrism and ethnocentrism. So when we say kasi ethnocentrism, it is the culture that you have own do. Siyempre, like for me, I'm not living here in Palawan, 'di ba? Hindi ako umalis dito sa Palawan. So I have the way I talk, the way I speak. So, yun yung aking culture na yun lang yung aking nagagawa, ganito yung tune ng aking salita kasi hindi pa ako nakaka-adapt ng ibang Pero pagka pumunta ako ng ibang bansa, so I will become fluently speaking English. Okay? So, I will practice xenocentrism which I can pagdating dito sa aking bansa, dito sa Palawan, so hindi na ako magsasalitang Palawan, kundi maybe I can speak English na talaga fluently, ganon. Or dahil doon sa ibang bansa, ang dinner ko doon ay pasta, okay, bread. So, yun ang practices ko. Yun ang culture nila doon. So, pagdating ko dito, maybe I will practice also that one. I will call xenocentrism kasi magigi akong stranger eh. Ay, hindi na kakain ng kaingin na bigas, kamuting kahoy, kamuting bagin, bagoong. Kasi, dahil yun na yung culture ko dati nakasanayan eh, parang maninibago ba ako, okay? Unlike pag sinabing ethnocentrism, your culture is to eat isda, alamang, daing, tuyo with saging, so that is your culture, okay? Yun po yung kabuuhan ng aking topic, sir. This is all about the cultural anthropology, a global perspective. So I choose the topic approaches to culture, includes material and non-materials, real and ideal culture, ethnocentrism and ethnocentrism. So I have the introduction, I have the definition of terms, discussion there. So I will attach, sir. I hope na mada-download po ito at ma-send ko po sa iyo ng kompleto. Thank you po, sir. I will also attach the references here. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you.